Hi, Glenn van den Burg with Never Enough Strats with a video about relicing. And I know there are people who really hate it, who cannot comprehend why you should make a brand new guitar, shiny, pristine, and then go to work on it with chisels, with bashing it, destroying the paint, really making it into an old relic guitar. And I must say, in the beginning when I started out with my little shop with Fender Custom Shop Strats, I was also a bit, well, I thought, why should you do that? What is it? Why it's so popular? But after playing a lot of them, I must say, I really can enjoy both. I can really enjoy a really new, shiny, new old stock Strat, but also can really enjoy a super heavy relic one. So in this video, I'm going to tell you a bit about the history of relicing and show you all the different stages of relicing that there are, all the different levels of relicing, because they're all on the wall. I have every one of them, so I can tell the story by showing you all the Strats behind me. But first, when did all this relicing start? Well, let's go back to the beginning of the custom shop. When Fender started the custom shop in '87, they reached out to a lot of guitar players, artists who played a Fender Strat. Like Clapton, like Jeff Beck, like, what's his name? Right next door, Robert Cray. All these guys, and telling them, hey, we have a custom shop, we can do custom work for you, we can make guitars in the way you really want them, but we can also do some maintenance on your guitars. So what happened is that they got more and more questions about, well, I have this old vintage guitar, I have a 62, but I've refretted it so many times that the neck, it's just too bare to put any more frets upon them. So can you please make me a new neck, which doesn't look like a new neck? Because if you put a new neck on a vintage 62 guitar, well, it's just not, it just doesn't fit, it's just not right. So that's the way relicing started, to make new parts for a vintage guitar that looked old, that fit the guitar. And it could be a bridge that was broken, that had to be put in a new one, or a new neck, or new tuners. So all the parts in the beginning were just the relicing of different parts of the guitar, new knobs, etc. And then there started to be a demand for relic guitars because the vintage market started coming up. Vintage guitars were getting more and more expensive, so there was a market for guitars that looked vintage, but they weren't. And for Fender, for the custom shop, it started out in 1995 when they first started selling relic guitars. But they didn't do the relicing themselves, because on the one hand they just didn't have the manpower. Some of the guys could do it, but most of them were the master builders, so that would be a very expensive way of relicing guitars. But they also just didn't have the knowledge yet about it. So they gave all the work, like outsourced it, to Vince Cunetto, probably a name that you've heard more and more times on my videos, but also of course when you're interested in the history of the custom shop. And Vince Cunetto had a little own shop in which he made the relic guitars. Like this one that I have in my hands. This is a 1996 60s relic. And the fun thing is that I also have the brochure that is from 1996. And I'll make a scan for you so you can see what it's like. And it has all the custom shop guitars. It has the Robin Fords, which you cannot buy anymore, I think. It has the set neck, which you then could buy. But it also has one part which is the Relics. And in it, in the left bottom corner, is the actual Olympic white 60s Relic guitar, which I have in my hands. So 1995 until 1999, Vince Cunetto did the relicing for Fender, and after that they started doing it themselves. And they also had a name for it, because from 1999 they started calling it the Time Machine series. And you can of course see if a Relic Strat from that period is a Cunetto, because on the headstock there's not the decal logo, but it's an imprint in the wood itself of the Fender Custom Shop logo. So this is the starting point of the Fender relicing journey. I'm not going to let you hear what this guy sounds like, because I have a separate video on that, so you have to check. I think over there I have a link to that video. Great guitars, great investment also, because they're rising in value, because also the relics of Fender are getting, of the Fender Custom Shop, are getting more and more expensive. This guy is for sale at this moment for, I think, 6,000 euros. And that's the same price that you pay now for a heavy relic new one. And this is a collector's item, because it's only been in production for 4 years. So, moving onwards. There is a whole realm of relics nowadays, from not being reliced at all, the new old stock, which I have over here, until the very, very super heavy relic, which I have over there. So we start out with the new old stock one. This is a 63 Strat in Lake Placid blue. It is a new old stock, which means that this guitar has been built with all the specs and also all the old materials and all the old machines that were used in that period. So everything is more or less period exact, and all the parts, like the pickguard, it has been done punched out with an old machine, which was also used in 1963, which also is true for the saddles, for the tremolo. So all the stuff that's on the guitar has been made by machines from that period. So if you would have bought in 63, would have bought this guitar, it would have looked like it in this condition. So it's a new guitar, there's no relicing, but it is an old guitar in the way that everything has been made by hand with old machines. Short some specs, it is a 63 model, so it has a C-shaped neck. It does have the black-green scratch plate, pickguard. Knobs are white, and there are 69 pickups in it, and it sounds like this. I'll just play a short bit to let you hear what it sounds like. So new old stock, nothing done to relic this one. If you open up the pickguard, you see underneath the pickguard there is an imprint in the wood that says relic. And that's because it is an old guitar, because it has been made in the old-fashioned way. Moving up. So this is bought going back in time, like if you buy it in 1963. This guitar is a 59, sorry for that, 59 Hardtail, the transition year, so it has the rosewood fretboard, but this is a closet classic. So when relicing, the Fender guys have kind of a story in their head to make sure that the relicing is done in a natural way. So how would a guitar, the history of a guitar look like? Now, a Closet Classic has been played a few times, but kind of forgotten in the closet. So if you look at this guitar, it is really, really clean. No dents, no bumps, no dinks, no scratches on it. But what it does have, and it's almost impossible to show you on the video, is that if you look closely at the finish, you see all these checking and cracking going on in the paint. So if you would start playing this now very intensely, it would probably get relicked pretty quick because it's also nitro finish. And I have a whole video about this guitar, which actually is a super guitar. So if you want to hear more about it, you can click up here. Just some quick tunes in neck position. So Closet Classic has been played a few times and then put in the closet and has been taken out in this year. What I forgot to say is that the Lake Placid blue one is a 2022 and this is a 2020, if I'm correct. Alright, so moving up in the relicing world, we go to the Journeyman. Of course, a wink to Eric Clapton, his record. This is a 62-63 Journeyman, 60-63 pickups in it, and the relicing that has been done is Journeyman. So this guy has been on the road. It has been played. Some people bumped into it. There are some dings and scratches on it. If you look at the back, you see here at the where the belly cut is, on the edges of the belly cut, you see that the paint is a bit worn down. But there are no major things going on. So that's the Journeyman. So it has been played. It has been played through its years. It has probably also been on stage, but it hasn't been played that much. It's not worn down. More about this guitar? Well, I think I'll make a separate video about this one. Some short tunes. Then we go to I think the level that's also the Cunetto is on, and all the guitars were on that are from the Time Machine period. It's just a relic. So nothing else than that, a relic. So all these three, New Old Stock, Closet Classic, Journeyman, are below relic. This is you could say the middle level, and you have two above them. They're on my left. This is a 58 Strat, the only one with a maple fretboard. It has been relicked, as you can see. Nice surf green color, aged surf green, which also is a relicing to tone down the paint as if it has been aging through the years. What kind of pickups are in these? I think it's Fat 50s, hand wound. What they also did with this one, and I'll zoom in, is that they made ghosting. That's what they named that. It's the only one that has it. So around the the frets, if you play it and you don't clean your guitar, you get all this gunk in there, and there are these like brown stripes that are next to the frets. They also do it with relicing, and they call it ghosting. So that's what they did here to age the fretboard. And what's also done with this guitar is that there is aging as if somebody with too long nails has been playing the guitar, so you have some wear on the fretboard also. But it is a new guitar. This guitar is from 2021, and it is a relic guitar. What they did do is they did not really relic. They didn't use the aged colors for the pickguard and the knob, so everything is white. I think they did relic it, so there are some scratches on it to make sure that it looks older than it is. Well, enough talking, let's see what it sounds like. You really feel the punch of and the brightness of the maple neck. Alright, so this is Relic, this is the middle level. Let's move over to the next one, which is a heavy Relic. 60s Custom Shop Strat, heavy Relic. 60s specs, so it has a C-shaped neck. It has 63 pickups, well, you can see that it's heavy Relic because there are parts where all the paint has gone, and not only does the wood come through, the bare wood, but also the wood is stained as if, well, sweat and dirt from years of playing has been going through. So this one is starting to look a bit like guitars that John Mayer, Rory Gallagher, of course Stevie Ray Vaughan have been playing. Really down to the bone, grinded guitars. You see these guys playing in their rooms from early childhood until on stage every day, and ramming away with the pick. So usually you see here a lot of scratches, of course, here when your arm is moving on it, and of course where your buckle is. Well, really nice guitar, of course. Some tunes to let you hear what it sounds like. So this is the heavy Relic. This is a 2021 heavy Relic. If you would buy this one in 2024, a new one made in 2023, or maybe some have it in stock from the years before, you would probably pay around 5,500 euros for it. So not only did they trash your guitar, but they also added a big amount to the price, because of course it's more work to first make a new old stock guitar and then start sanding away or whatever techniques they use to relic it. It's just more work, so that's why, and it's all done by hand, so that's why it's more expensive. And the prices have been going up in the last few years for quite a bit. All right, final one. And well, You gotta love this one. It is a big head, as they call it, because it has a big headstock. Big head 66. This is a very long title. A Big Head 66 from 2019. It is the NAMM limited edition. So they made this guitar especially for the NAMM show, and you could only buy it on the NAMM show. So there was a shop or a customer, but probably a shop, that has bought it on the NAMM show, and via it came to me. It is Ocean Turquoise, really nice name. It has a gold anodized pickguard and it is super heavy relic. This is really starting to look like the #1 guitar from Stevie Ray Vaughan. Of course, he had the Sunburst, but I mean, in case of relicing and aging, this is starting to look like it. A lot of work has been done to it. It is a special guitar. It has a really nice thick neck. I think it has a 63 neck, but I'm not sure. I'll put it below. It has hand-wound Fat 50 pickups in it. Anodized pickguard, of course. Older body, 2-piece, select. Really nice neck, flamed maple neck, so you see all the stripes on it. And also, I haven't told you about that, a lot of guitar players like the bare neck. So it has been, as if it has been played bare, so all the paint is stripped off it. And what I'm hearing from guitar players is that they really like it, because if there is paint on it and you get a bit of sticky, sweaty hands, it doesn't play that smooth anymore. You start sticking to the neck with your fingers. So this is really bare, and therefore it plays really nice. What you see more and more is that also, because this is a heavy relic neck, of course it's a super heavy relic guitar, but on the 58, which is a relic, there is also a heavy relic neck on it. So you can order it in combinations, so relic on the body, heavy relic on the neck. Okay, so some tunes. I'll keep. I haven't been playing anything else for the last few days. I really like the lick. So, of course, the story behind this one, if they're in the heads of the Fender guys that are making this guitar, well, this has been played for years and years and years, every day in, day out, by somebody who's really ferocious on his guitar, starts ramming with his pick. They probably have watched some clips of Stevie Ray Vaughan, of Rory Gallagher, to see how these guys go to town on their guitar. And then they made it this nice relic. So that's on relicing. I hope you enjoyed the video, going from the Cunetto Strat to the super heavy relic on my your right side, my left side. All these guitars are in stock at the moment as I'm making this video. So if you like or love one, go to the website neverenoughstrats.com and check it out. There's a lot of pictures on that, so if you want to see some more in-depth pictures, go to the website. And of course, if you want to buy one, you're more than welcome to check them out. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, please let me know, because it's always great to hear from you guys. It could be a compliment, which is nice. It could be some comments about, well, this could be better, that could be better, you have to do more of this or less of that. Let me know. I'm learning every day. All right, thank you, and for now, bye bye.